Next up, we have Lizzy Mogale, Managing Executive Insights and Advisory, Nedbank Retail and Business Banking. She's with us. She is the Managing Executive for Insights and Advisory at Nedbank Retail and Business Banking, where one of the key focus areas is helping the bank find growth opportunities to create a sustainable and competitive business. In her executive role, Lizzy has oversight of strategic projects that seek to unlock growth and deliver value in underdeserved and underserved markets such as South Africa's vitally important township economy. She's been with us on the journey. She's with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, over 22 years of experience across multiple industries and multinationals, banking, risk consulting, tax, consumer research, a powerhouse in the building with us. Let's put our hands together for Lizzy Mogale, Managing Executive Insights and Advisory, Nedbank Retail and Business Banking.
Thank you so much, Butuam. Dumelang? Sanbonani lekai. That intro, it's my team. Now I don't know what they're talking about. As they said, I'm Lizzy Mogale. I'm a young girl born and bred in Limpopo, Polokwane, Fluop. And found myself in Joburg looking for the gold. And this is where we are. So it's such a privilege and an honor to be here today, to spend time on the ground. To wake up on a Saturday when you're supposed to not be working, and you wake up and you are excited, and you like, you know what? At Nedbank we go by be the difference that impacts the world. And for me, this is my part of being the difference that impacts the world. So really, really an honor and a privilege to be here. The partnership with T, it's just really been amazing. One of the key things that we pride ourselves as a bank is that when we get into partnerships, we talk about triple benefit. What's the benefit for the client? That's what we ask ourselves. What's the benefit for the partner? And what's the benefit for Nedbank? And for us, this partnership was like marriage made in heaven. Because you sit and you're like, what's the benefit for the clients? It's you guys, people with ideas, people who are out there hustling, making money. You just listen to these pitches and you're like, oh my word, the future of South Africa is bright. And that for us, we challenge ourselves to say, as a bank, how do we create a platform to make sure that we help your businesses to grow, to make sure that we connect you with other entrepreneurs, to make sure that we give you, platforms and stages to be able to showcase your businesses, to showcase what you need to do. Because we're quite clear to say, as a bank, we cannot prosper in a society that's not prospering. And it's our responsibility as a bank to make sure that we work together with the communities to make sure that the communities are prospering. Then you ask yourself, what's the benefit for T, right? What T is doing, it's saying, you have something, we have something, others have something, let's bring all of us together and connect and engage. And I like what Ubulelani always says, to say, the people next to you, they could actually be CEOs of multinationals tomorrow. Connect. Never undermine the person sitting next to you. Get their numbers, connect, meet for coffee. We always talk about, there's no such a thing as competition. We start thinking differently. Say, I may be selling Magunya, you may be selling Magunya. Then maybe we start talking around, okay, what time is the traffic? Maybe you can sell in the morning. Maybe you can sell in the afternoon. Let's learn to create space for one another. Because in communities, we are not here to compete. We are here to build one another. And that, for me, I think, leverage the sessions by T, where you come, you connect with other entrepreneurs, you get sharpened. As iron sharpens iron. You are all here, we're sharpening each other, we are identifying each other. And for us as a bank, I've already said, we cannot prosper as a bank in a community, in a society that's not prospering. And our challenge is, if you look at the papers for Nedbank, we say we are financial experts who do good. You guys trust us with your money. I get you take your money, you bring it to the bank as deposit. Then we take your money and we start looking and say, okay, which business is worthy for us to lend the money to help them to grow so that they pay us back, so that we take the money back to the person who trusted us with the money. That's basically how it works. So when you are not paying your loan at the bank, guys, it's someone else's money who might be sitting next to you. Because we've taken that money and said to them, we'll keep it safe for you. We'll put interest rate to it. We will borrow it to someone who needs it to grow or to do something, to get education, to grow their business, or to extend their house. They will pay us back with some interest. We get a piece of the interest. We give you your money back with the interest. That's simply what banking is all about. So my plea today is, as we embark on this journey, like they've already said, we've done around 7 townships now. We still have 2 more to do this year, then next year we'll do the rest. We're doing nationwide. We're doing nationwide. This is going nationwide. Each province is going, even Northern Cape. We are in Northern Cape in 2 weeks' time, I think, doing the same session. And my ask to you is, you guys challenged us a lot as banks and said, banks, you are not there for us. We don't feel you are there for us. Firstly, we feel like the way that you even talk to us, you talk about interest, compound interest, this and this. You're confusing us. Can you make life easy for us? When we come to you and we ask money, can you just give us money? Because that's all we are asking. And we are doing our part, guys. That's why we are here today. That's why we're saying, let's spend time to understand what are some of the challenges that you guys are sitting with. And as a bank, how do we solve for them? I mean, you guys would have seen, even when we introduced our, pay as you use, we say dololo fees. Like everyone understands what dololo fees means. We're also challenging ourselves, say, how do we simplify the message and the language that we use to communicate and we engage? I just have one ask for you guys. We cannot dance with one partner dancing and the other one not doing their part. Like, you guys are hard on us as banks. You are really hard on us as banks. When we borrow you money, please pay it back. Please, ngiyacela. I am asking on behalf of the community. When we borrow you money, please pay us back. If you are unable to pay, come to us, talk to us. Let's make an arrangement. Let's make an agreement. Like I said, remember, when we borrow you money, it's someone else's money, guys. My banks, there's money there at the banks, they must give us the money. It's someone else's money, and we are trying to see what's the best way we take the money and borrow it to people so that we also make money in the process. So that's my ask, to say, when we borrow your money, guys, please, please, please do pay us back. Please, that's my first ask. The second thing that I wanted to talk about, today we're talking about business systems and business processes. And if you really sit and think about it, we probably have different types of business. Some of you are here, you got into business because you just want to make a living. It's like the money that I make is the money that sustains me. Some of you got into business, say, I want to grow, I want to see what I need to do. Some of you got into business and say, I'm going to impact the world. I'm going to change the world. In all these 3 different types of businesses, you need to document and package what you are doing. One of the biggest challenges that we have around the continent is we are not telling our own stories as Africans. And we are not telling our own stories because we are not documenting our stories. I'm going to ask to say, start documenting your story of your business, because you are building a legacy. Make sure that your great-great-grandchildren can go back to understand, where did my great-great-grandparents start when they started their business? That is part of the process. So I'm asking you guys, say, start documenting the story of your businesses. Take pictures. When you do manufacturing in the backyard of your mom's house, take those pictures. Most of us know that picture, with Steve Jobs in a garage. It's a global picture. Let's start creating our own pictures. And it starts with each and every one of you in here. Take those pictures, document them, tell stories about them. As an entrepreneur also, sit back and ask yourself and document, what do I do in my business? And how long does it take me to do it? Start documenting your processes, because sometimes we go on autopilot. You wake up, you go. I mean, most of you, if we ask you, you'll tell it from the top of your head. I wake up. If you are selling amaginya, I wake up. I mix my recipe. I go. I shower. I do this and this. My recipe has raised. Then I go to the spot. Then I start. Document that process. Nyanitela. Because for you to create a legacy, if you were to get sick, or something unfortunate happens, sometimes your families can't even continue with the business because they don't know. If you have documented it, then people know how you do what you need to do. And secondly, why is it important to document? When you grow and you need to start hiring people, you know what, to mix this thing, I know it takes me 2 minutes. And I have calculated it over this day. Because sometimes the business expands, you hire people, but you don't have an idea how long things takes because you've never taken the time to document those things. So please, I know it feels like admin, but document those processes. The third area why it's also important to have proper processes. As a bank, when you come to us to ask for money, we ask, can we please see your track record that you can be trusted with money? And part of the track record is every time you sell magwinya, you get 10 rand. Bank it, please, I ask you. Rather bank it than go and withdraw it, because that's creating a process for you. That's creating traceability for you. It was quite interesting. I was talking to one of the ladies who makes, I buy my clothes from her. And she said, you know, Lizzy, in 2020, I made 2.8 million, but I did not know up until my accountant sat with me and took me through the process. I did not know because I was not recording the stuff. So sometimes your businesses are like super huge, but you don't know because you are not recording. Please, when you make money, get it into either an account or a wallet so that it's traceable, so that you're also able to sit and assess. Some of you, if you ask you, do you make profit? You don't know. How much profit do you make? You don't know. How much does it cost you to buy stock? You don't know. How many can you sell in? I mean, I like the bakery lady. She was clear. I'm making 350, bread a day. What's your input cost? How much does it cost you to make those breads? Are you recording those things? And also, processes. We talk about simplifying and efficient processes. When you document your process, you also need to challenge yourself to say, Mara wakare, I'm taking too long doing this piece. Does it make sense why I'm taking too long doing this piece? Then you come to a Nedbank session like this. You ask someone else and say, you know what? I realize that when I need to do this, it takes me this long. How long does it take you? How? It takes you 10 minutes. For me, it takes me 2 minutes. What do you do? Then you start having a conversation point. Then you go back and you are able to improve your business. So when we talk, it might sound like we're talking big things when you say business systems and processes, but it's the small habits that make sure that when you grow, you have the right foundation to be able to get somewhere. So I'm going to ask you that today, when you leave, go and ask yourself to say, do I know the processes of my business? Do I understand how long it takes me to do things? Have I documented the things that I do in my business? Lo and behold, if I were to get sick today, can someone jump in and take business? We need to start creating legacy. I mean, someone asked the question to say, most of us, when we grew up, we know umama who was selling amagwenya by the corner, Herias Kolong, we were passing by there, rereka and go to school. Those businesses never grew. And you ask yourself to say, this is a business that's been there for more than 30 years. How come it never grew? And part of it is also to say it was part of sustenance, but part of it is that because umama was not documenting, I mean, some of those, they've taken their kids to universities who are doctors now. And we're not documenting those stories, we're not documenting those processes. When you need to pass the business to your child, you just say, but if you've documented the process, you're able to share with them. Or if it so happens, we say, there's $1 million, we need someone to win $1 million. Show us how you've been running your business. You've got those documents, you've got that information to be able to drive it. So I ask you guys, I plead with you guys to say, as you run your businesses, as you draw stuff, make sure that you document. Make sure that you document. Document the little of where you start, because sometimes, I don't know, some of you, those who use Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff, you know, when you're sitting and you're lying and Facebook just pulls that picture when you were at a party or when you were traveling and you were happy, and you just become happy all of a sudden. Let's learn to do that with documenting, because that's what documenting does. When you're having the roughest of days, when COVID hits, and you're asking yourself, that picture appears. It reminds you around the resilience that is in you. It reminds you around why you started the business. It reminds you around why it's important to do the things that you are doing. So hopefully you're going to enjoy today, learn a lot, connect a lot, and we say as Nedbank, together, bekele beke. We are with you. We are with you on the journey. Give us feedback. Give us feedback. We are challenging ourselves. I mean, we're talking now around pocket post to say, we do know that the cost of getting the post machines is quite high. You've given us feedback. We came up with a simple, low cost. It's only 89 rand, guys. That pocket post that we're showing, it's only 89 rand for you to be able to get payments. Yes, nazo. Only 89 rands for you not to miss a sale because people are not carrying cash. We are listening, and it's portable. Yeah, it's enough for ladies. Yeah, it's it doesn't, look a bit out. We've also, challenged ourselves. The issues of digital payments. I want to talk a lot about digital payments because, we do get this question to say, Mara, why I don't really, cash is working for me and cash is driving. This year, guys, could be the tool to unlock your business, digital payments. Because what we also want to start doing, we're doing it for businesses that are making more than $1 million, but we challenge ourselves how we do it the other way. Is here we can track how much money people are swiping with your business. And we can actually say, you know what? If you want to grow your business, this is how we can help you to grow your business, because there is traceability. There is traceability around that. You don't even need to do anything. It captures all those things for you. So please, please, please embrace digital payment solutions, because they're going to help you when you either need money, where you are considering to grow, or when you even looking for a partner to say, my business, this is how much people are swiping at my business, how much I'm making every day in a business. So with that said, guys, enjoy the day. Looking forward to, to learning from other speakers around how they've traveled the journey, what they are doing. But at Nedbank, we're saying together, nazo.